You go down that dangerous route.
As long as
If people force take off their veil, then we're going to go watch the Rastas, they've got to cut their hair because they don't fit to the social.
100.
Okay? And then it will move to you.
no, that's a scare tactic.
It's a scare tactic. Because it's a dangerous route to go down.
It's the same narrative. Let me say the same narrative. The same narrative.
Can I answer or do you want to go?
Let me point about the social cohesion. Let me point about the social cohesion now, yeah? Are you understanding, yeah, that is the same narrative about the niqab being a problem for social cohesion in this country that has made EVL the fathers of the DFLA on many occasions, yeah? And my brother here, his mum is someone who's actually experienced it. This is one of the reasons why man speak out against this, because I know real people that have had to deal with the backlash of these narratives that are being pushed. You understand? And women have been attacked, yeah, because of this same narrative. That's why people have, that's why I want to know. I want to know, yeah, if the niqab is not having a detriment on anyone else's life, yeah, on anyone's life, then what for me it is hate speech, because you're adding fuel into a fire that does not need to be added.
Alright, so obviously these guys are trying to scaremonger and trying to conflate an issue about, you know, people being beaten up and people being this, which is evil, to the fact that I believe that this particular garment is nothing to do with religion, yeah? It is to do with the fact that for social cohesion, if you cannot see another human being's face, it is problematic. And I'm going to say something, because I live in a Muslim area, because everyone thinks I don't live in I do. And I grew up with Muslim. Oh, hold on. So in the year 2000, because I've grown up in an area which is Muslim, I never saw anyone within the niqab. When it hit 2010, I started seeing 2 or 3. Then I started in 2015, you started seeing 3 or 4. Now, if I don't go out and see maybe 5 to 6, it's odd. So what I'm saying is growing at such a rapid rate. Let me finish. So it's growing at such a rapid rate. We now have a society where, let's say, a large proportion of the Muslim population is covering their faces. How can you build relationships with people outside your community?
Do you understand that white people were saying, before we looked out the window and there's 1 turban, now there's 2 turbans, now there's 3 turbans. Do you understand they were saying
I know the narrative sounds bad, but this is not about racism or Islamophobia.
But you are someone who is come to the park on an Islamophobic agenda.
No.
So this is why it's hard for us to take it as
when I say I think it's out of order to support the death penalty for someone like Sophia, yeah, for being transgender, is that me being Islamophobic?
That's got nothing to do with
No. Because when I'm saying that I disagree with the death penalty for someone like Sophia because she's transgender under Sharia, is that Islamophobic, or is that just me being a humanitarian?
What did want the death penalty for the transgender? What did you say?
Who wants to? Who
under
Sharia?
Excuse me, it's a Sharia. It's Sharia. It's Sharia. No, it's Sharia.
There are transgender.
No, it is. It is.
You're going to call me a hate.
You know it is.
What does it say? No, what do you mean? I don't know what it is. I'm asking you.
You do.
I'm asking you. So what does it say in Sharia?
Same as Sharia. You know, you stone apostates.
Wait, no, I'm not talking about apostasy.
I'm talking about Sharia in I'm talking about Sharia in general. It's barbaric.
You are upset
Sharia in general.
And our system is not barbaric, no? Our system is not oppressive, no? The system that we live in is not oppressive, no?
No, but Sharia is just it's next level
because you're calling me a hate
barbaric.
preacher, this guy.
It is next
I'm
level
going to show
barbaric.
you. Do
You know
you support
it.
Sharia?
You know
You support
it.
Sharia. So you support the death of apostates, homosexuals,
Listen, who said that
adulterers,
Sharia?
blasphemy.
Who said that Sharia?
What?
Who said that Sharia?
It is Sharia.
Who said that?
Is it Sharia?
Who said that?
Who's proud of their religion? Who's proud of their religion? Or are these guys embarrassed? Are you
Get
embarrassed
Bill out
of
over
religion?
here.
See, they never have the answer.
That is Sharia. Sharia is equality.
Equality
Sharia is a
Bring
good
in Sharia.
economic system. But
Sharia is
no interest.
They say Sharia is equality. She'll be dead
Who's she?
under Sharia.
Who's a transgender?
She'll be dead under Sharia.
I don't know any transgenders. If there is any transgenders, bro.
Before you call me a hate preacher, look at your own views. Look at your own views.
What are my views?
Because you believe in Sharia, which is a barbaric system that calls for the death of people. So I'm not a hate preacher, you guys are.
No, listen.
Let's get back to the
Raj, I'm going to ask you one question.
No, I took the respect on her.
I'm going to ask you one question.
I took the respect on her.
Okay, what's your question?
Well, I decide whether I answer. I don't need to answer if I don't want to.
You don't want to answer, okay.
I don't have to.
I'm asking a question. If you want to answer, it could be a rhetorical question. Okay, in the last 50 years, the last 60 years of of the British environment, the British society. Our society's changed so much. Where back in the 50s, where women were seen more very obedient to their husbands, there'll be more stay-at-home type of women. They'll dress more modestly. Let's go back into the 20s and the 30s. It's the exact same system. Now our society's changed a lot due to different people, different cultures coming into this type of environment, right? Now, if your kid one day, if you used to have a kid, how long have you got kids? One day your 13-year-old son comes up.
I've got nephews and nieces.
Okay, cool. One day if you have kids, yeah? And your kids, one day your 13-year-old son says to you, you know, Daddy, I want to be a woman today, and starts dressing up as a woman, and then starts to go through gender operations. Would you yourself, now answer this subjectively, would you be content and would you be happy your son transitions to a woman?
As a moral man.
Right, as a moral man.
All right, so let me explain this. I believe in traditional values. So I do believe in the family being a husband and wife and kids, and you being married in a traditional way. I don't support these issues in the sense that I wouldn't want my child to be transgender. I would support them. I would have a problem to a certain degree, but I would still support their rights. No, it's not two-faced. It's not two-faced. Because I can have an issue with something, but still say, look, yeah, this ain't the ideal thing I would want for my child. But if they were in that, hold on. No, this is a very nuanced question you're asking. It's not black and white. You need to. No, it's not black and white. Because when you love your children,
agree with your son becoming a woman?
Well, if that's what they want, if that's what happened, then I would agree with it. No, I said I would not be. I would not. No, I wouldn't. No, never.
Not for the sake of Sophia. Not for the sake
No,
of Sophia.
I would never. Yeah, I would support them.
You would support them?
Yeah, I would have to.
And you'd be content?
If they told, no, I wouldn't be content. If they told me they want to kill themselves, yeah, and they're so sick and tired of the world that they want to transition to a female, I'd rather them be alive and happy than kill themselves.
Can I say something?
Would you be content?
But they've already killed themselves.
So on that, if you had a daughter now who wanted to become a Muslim and wear the veil, you wouldn't support her?
I would. How can you ooh and ah when you've not heard what I said?
I know, it's
Go
ridiculous.
on. Let me just answer the question first.
Answer the question.
Let me answer the question. Stop oohing and ahhing.
Guys, hold up. Raj, don't focus on them.
This is speaker's corner, not a
Focus on the
pantomime.
sister. Focus on the sister.
On the same circumstance.
If one of my relatives became Muslim and started wearing with my daughter, I would say you do what you want, but I'm not going to support you on that. And I would probably try and tell her. I would tell her that I do not agree with your face being covered, but would I pull it off? No. She can do what. What are the two different subject matters? How can it be?
No, they're not the same. They're not the same.
Simon, you are using a very simplistic argument.
No, because
Simon, you are equating transgenderism to a face valve. Can you not see how ludicrous that is? Wearing a face valve cannot be equated to changing your sex.
but Simon is wearing a veil.
Mackenzie, you look like a donkey. You look like a horse. Stop putting my name in your mouth.
I'm saying to you that,
Listen,
I know.
Mackenzie, you look like a horse.
That's a mask. That's not his real face.
Excuse me, you look like a horse.
That's a
He
different sort of veil.
looks like a horse. He does look like a horse. He does look like a horse.
You can't have an adult conversation.
He's slandering me, so I'll slander him back. You look like a horse, yet you're slandering me. No. You look like a horse.
You can't have an adult conversation. Keep it moving, man.
Listen, he's the one slandering me. Listen. So obviously,
All right. So can you?
then move back.
Can you go?
Move back.
Go.
Let's move back then.
Big man like, yo, leaky.
Oh, sorry.
The difference is I'm covering my face, not changing my body. So what I've done is completely innocent. Yeah?
Well, this is what I'm saying. This is two separate topics.
They're massive, yeah.
They're two separate topics.
So therefore your daughter...
You are equating one with the other, which are totally separate.
Becoming a Muslim and covering her face is something that goes with the natural state of life. Yeah? She's changed her religion, she's become religious. covering her face.
Your biological change.
Oh my God.
It's down to choice, isn't it?
Yes.
Is this the level of the? Is this the level of the debate?
It is.
Because this is the level of the debate, I'm going to walk off. No, if this is the level of the debate, we need to walk off. Because you are equating a face valve with a sex change.
Yes.
Now, obviously, most people will agree with this. Do you agree with that, Naomi? Would you agree with a face valve being the same?
I haven't known the full conversation, but what I would say is, I personally have no problem with somebody covering their face. I think that's your decision, your choice.
And that's
Sound.
But they would want the deputy.
That's me.
I don't have a problem.
But you'd kill her under Sharia.
I'll kill her under Sharia.
Yeah.
Bring out your evidence, man.
Me personally,
Bring out evidence.
No, leave it, brother.
Look at your religion.
I beg you stop. Brother, I beg you stop falling into his trap, though.
personally,
No, don't fall into these.
me personally, I believe that a person who wants to cover their face, it could be. I'm just raising different examples. It could be because your husband is forcing you to do it. It could be because you've chosen that you want to be like that. It could be because you or your husband maybe have fear about, maybe your husband has fear that you're going to be abused by another man or whatever. So personally, I wouldn't want you to cover your face if it's your husband, if your husband is in fear that you're going to be. Because I believe that a woman, whether it's a Muslim or another
Can I say something? Who said that? You're mad I can't say
in the
it.
same way, in the same way as
But he's telling me I can't talk.
this is what happens, you get loads of interruptions. In the same way as I wouldn't want a Muslim, I don't agree that a woman wants to flirt her boobs and that taxi drivers want to abuse that woman and stuff. That is her choice. She can choose to dress like that, but she's got to be aware.
Excuse me, people are rooting all the time.
He's telling me not to talk. And then he's saying rude.
She's got to be aware that basically that taxi driver has got the capability to do that because of his dirty mind. But I don't want that taxi driver to do that. But she's got to be aware. But
The thing is, with Raj has rational.
I'm not getting into debates about. I'm not getting into debates about what Sophie or.
But she's equating the niqab with a sex change.
Yeah.
She's equating the niqab.
Saying as regards sex change and what.
They're the same.
The problem with
They're not the
with
same.
Raj is that he's dehumanized the woman.
No, I'm not. I've not done that.
He's never
No,
asked-
don't put
he's
words
never
into my
asked,
mouth.
What is your story? Why do you wear it? Are you forced? Do you feel uncomfortable? Automatically, it's you wear it.
But
you're
the
not
thing is-
submissive.
but can
you're
I
not
just
this,
say-
yeah? So this is my issue. My
Yeah, but
issue
can I
is
just say-
he has so much compassion, okay, and love and support for his companion here who's had a sex change. Yeah, he has no
Big up,
compassion
Sophia.
for a woman behind the veil. He's never asked.
How do you know I've got no compassion?
Hold on.
No, you've not. What did I say that's uncompassionate?
Your hangouts, yeah, you have no compassion. Yeah.
But can I just say-
We should be forced. We should be forced to take it off.
No, I didn't say that.
You did. No.
I did not say that. I said ban the burqa. Yeah. So am I allowed to have that view though? Am I allowed to have that view? Yeah. So let's go into this hypocrisy because the reason why. Hold on. The reason why we're having a discussion. She's equating putting on a vow to having a sex change. This is the problem.
The thing is, right?
No, I'm equating the fact that he fights for your rights, he doesn't fight for mine.
Yeah, hold on.
But I don't agree with what you're
Hold on
doing.
1 second.
So why would I fight for your rights?
It's about freedom of choice.
I don't agree with what you're doing, so I can't fight for your rights.
Right. I've been coming up here for donkey's years, right?
So have I.
Now I've just come into this conversation, right? I've got my views about my scenario, i.e. being Naomi, and having compassion towards Muslims, Christians, whatever. Raj has got his opinions as regards whatever you're talking about with Raj, and basically what I'd like for Hyde Park is, I think what this gentleman does really lovely, because I've seen him when he embraces
Poor Raven.
when he embraces
Look at his face.
people, and basically he's trying to draw
sorry for him.
people together. and we have to agree. We
That's how I
we have to agree.
90%
We have
of
to.
them are like that. Just someone attacks me.
We have to agree to disagree,
Yeah.
and like if right, for example, I'm just using an example. I'm not saying I.
Do you not feel that opinions need to be consistent?
All right, so if
If you're free, if you're
I
fighting for the
believe that
rights
you
of
both.
everyone,
I
you
believe
need to
that you
fight for
both.
the rights of everyone.
I believe that you both need to come and agree to
The
disagree
largest
and not.
problem is he hates Islam.
no, I don't hate Islam. No, I don't. I don't. I hate barbaric laws like Sharia. I hate barbaric laws like Sharia that call for the death of apostates, gays, adulterers, blasphemers. It's evil. It's evil.
Can I just ask you to elaborate on what you're saying towards people who are transitioned or whatever?
What fans they are?
At the end of the day, if he supports the fact that somebody can have a sex change,
Oh, sorry,
change
they're gonna
from man
see
to
you,
woman, woman to man.
No, this
if
is
he
this
believes
is
it's their
this is
right,
Samus.
and he'll respect their right and he'll fight for their right. It's completely hypocritical.
fight for the rights of the
It's hypocritical for them to turn around and say that a Muslim woman doesn't have the right to wear the veil, which she should be forced by law, or he will support the ban for it to be taken.
So
off.
I have to support
Because
everything.
We are not. We don't. We're not.
So I've got to support everything. Does that make sense to you?
No, it doesn't. In Britain,
So I support you. I've got to support everything else to do with females.
in
You have to
this
understand, this still falls under right to personal expression, just the same as transgenderism.
UK, we
That's
give
the problem.
people
Thank God,
democratic.
I'm so glad I'm
Well,
in
I
the
don't
UK.
really go into politics,
I'm
but
glad I'm in the UK.
but basically we have the free
Freedom of
will,
expression, freedom of right.
to be able to be.
But are we allowed to have a discussion about it without being called hate preachers and racists and Islamophobes? Well, I'm an Islamophobe.
Anyone that says
Okay, that's
anyone
what
that
you're
says
gonna call me.
anything against Islam is an Islamophobe.
So I don't hate Islam. I don't hate Islam. I disagree with Sharia. I disagree with Sharia. Sharia is not Islam, is it? Or is it?
This is where you need to learn.
If you didn't have Sharia, I wouldn't even talk about Islam.
Excuse me, I don't talk to thugs. I don't talk to thugs. You look like a donkey, don't talk to me. I don't talk to thugs.
Because your friend
I don't talk to
understands.
thugs. I don't talk to thugs.
That they're fighting for
I don't
rights.
talk to
They're
thugs.
fighting for
I don't
rights.
talk to
How
thugs.
can you fight for new
I
rights
don't talk to
while
thugs.
imposing
I
on
don't
other
talk to
people's
thugs.
rights?
I don't talk to
You
thugs.
can't
I
do
don't
it.
talk to
You
thugs.
can't talk
I
about
don't talk to
equality
thugs.
between
Respect.
sexuality and.
I don't talk to thugs.
Continue.
He is a thug. He is. He's supposed to be guiding a new generation. What's he doing here?
He is guiding a new generation.
Oh, he's
Away from
More for the
that
youth than you are. You're more for the youth than you are.
I just don't want to leave.
You guys just chat shit, seriously. Chat a bunch of shit as usual.
Alright, so should we get some structure then, yeah? Because everyone's talking about
One
themselves.
thing, Raven.
Say
Yo,
your
Raj,
point.
what we need to fight for is we need to fight for the legal change, like Big Ard said. Yeah, we need to legally make it so when a man transitions into a woman, they can't have sexual relations with a man without letting them know.
Excuse
or it's
me.
an illegal offence, like this man over here has done before. Yeah, and it's unconsensual sex. Yeah, if you're not consenting when you have sex, it's rape. That's a form of rape.
Well, then guess what? Get the
And
laws
Raj
put in
was
place.
saying
Get the laws
accidentally
put in
raped
place.
someone.
Get the laws
Who
put in
raped
place.
someone by
Look, can I
accident?
just say,
It was a
there's no point
calculated
standing
decision.
here.
Go on,
bitching.
give your piece, give your
Get the
piece.
laws put in place.
Yeah, 100%.
Get the laws put in place. Don't stand here bitching
No,
about
that's
it.
what we're doing now.
Make sure
We're
you
letting
do
the
it.
people know.
Make sure you
This
do
is the
it.
law that needs
Make
to be
sure
put
you
in
do it.
place to protect people. Yeah?
So that's
That's what Raj should be fighting for. Before the Burkha, that's going to be much more dangerous than the
Sophie, she's
Burkha.
made it.
We can both fight for separate things. Both fight for
The
separate
thing
things.
is, the thing is with Sophie, right? I mean, I'm different. Everybody seems to be focused on Sophie.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's because she looks beautiful or whatever, but basically everybody seems to have grabbed towards
Look at
Sophie.
your eyelids.
Personally,
Your
for
eyelids.
me, my transition is not to do with how beautiful I look. My transition is what's happened within myself and my journey and my story. But like people are fixating on like a mistake that somebody's made, and she's already,
Exactly.
as far as I know, she's already.
She's condemned it and
and
said she's
people
not going to do
are
it
saying-
again.
And people are sort of saying, well,
She's a young lady. She's 20 years old, man. She's made a mistake. Everyone can make a mistake.
You can rape someone by mistake. Can you rape someone by mistake? No. Who raped someone and said, oh, he just raped her by mistake?
But you agree with Sharia?
Of course I do.
Oh, so
Yeah,
Naomi,
so
they
so
might respect you.
you might but they want a death for
One
you.
conversation.
They don't mind death penalty.
Why I'm here and why I'm having
You can't shut my mouth. You can't shut it. You can't shut it.
Sorry?
You're mad.
There's a conversation going on there when you miss it.
My conversation was, if he's talking about fighting for the rights of transgender people, right? On that same
Steve.
line as he's going, if he's going to be honest, and his conversation is going to be his argument is going to be consistent, then he should fight for the rights and speak up for the rights of everybody.
No, I cannot fight for it. I don't agree with you.
I don't agree with a lot of things.
I don't agree with you, so why would I fight for your right to do it?
So what? I'm saying you're hypocrite.
Oh my God, I'm a hypocrite because I disagree with you.
I
You
know.
have to be consistent.
No, by your logic, hold on, let me say, by your logic, I have to then support everything.
You agree with transsexual.
Yeah.
She's pointing to. She's pointing
Who said I don't agree with
Your
gays?
Muslim sister.
No, what I'm saying to you, your logic is this: because I agree with her being a transgender, I've got to automatically agree with you wearing the vow and support other causes that I don't agree with. No, I don't agree with. That I don't agree with. You know, this is why Sharia cannot work. Because they want to force you into thinking in a particular way.
What should happen? What do you think should happen to people who want to dress like this?
I personally think the minimum should be in banks and any place where it's national security. That's a minimum they should be able to do. We should be showing their face, because I've been in banks and I've seen ladies get in the car. Now, on top of that, I don't agree that if they banned it, I wouldn't want people going to prison for wearing it. So if she was to walk outside, wear it, all I would say is that, you know, maybe someone might say you can't wear it, but it shouldn't be no fines. I don't want to go to the extent where the people are being penalised. I know. So it's going to be difficult. It's difficult to enforce it, but it could be with like penalties or something, but not financial penalties.
So what kind of penalty?
All right, so maybe a penalty financial. I've not thought it through 100% because it's a very, very difficult.
What is happening to you when you see a lady dressed this way?
Basically, I've had three encounters with females with burqas on in the car. I've had a conversation with a lady for 1 hour, and if anyone wants to think it, it's 100%. I'm an artist, so I was in Walthamstow in East London. You can find me there if you want. And then what happened was that a lady with a burqa came in, and she sat with me for an hour, and we was talking about generally her life and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, it was. Even after an hour, I still didn't know what her facial expressions were. I did not know if she was sad. I don't know if she was... I'm a perp because I want to see someone's face. Can you see that? Can you see that? I didn't know she was sad. She might have been calling for help to me, yeah? And I would not have known. So the second time, hold on. The second time it happened was that I went to a bank, and the bank was a small bank, and so we was all tightly packed together. It's like one counter one. And behind me there were two ladies within the car. Yeah. I felt uncomfortable.
Why?
Because I did not know who was behind me, and I was giving that sensitive details. Yeah.
What were they doing behind you?
Well, it's not a point. It's not the point of what they were doing.
Are they in a line?
They were behind me waiting in the line. So if somebody was wearing a ski mask or wearing a helmet, I would have felt uncomfortable. It's just a fact. It's just a fact that somebody was in a bank who we didn't know the identity. Now that's why I'm saying the minimum. I don't know.
That's the question.
Yeah.
How many crimes do you see who women who dress like this do? Is there a community of women who dress this way who are committing these kind of crimes?
Yeah, but hold on. Let's go for the minimum then. Would people agree that in a bank they should at least show a female in the bank their identity? If they come in automatically, they should do it. So that's not unreasonable. That's not unreasonable.
But you're not working in the bank, right? You are a customer of the bank. So the person in front and behind you, their finance is not to do with you.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say to you is that what I'm trying to explain to you is that when you're going into a bank here, you expect some kind of security. And one of the basics is that we know who's in the bank. The main minimum, yeah? So what I'm saying is that if we knew that when the female with a burqa came into our bank, they 100% had shown the manager their face or a female, then I would have felt more comfortable. But in that bank, there was no such law or no such precedent that I knew of that you had to show your face.
So let's make it easy. Are you saying making sure that someone is someone is the importance you're saying? So when there's a woman in the bank, making sure that who she says she is, she actually is. Is that what you're saying?
Not just that, it's just about making people feel comfortable about the security of the place. Because because you're saying that it's never happened, that doesn't mean it might never happen.
But you're building
Yeah.
on something.
So
There's other challenges that's
all right.
happening
So
that's happening now.
all right. So when you, no, I'm talking about in a bank. In a bank, would you accept? If in a bank, would you accept? Would you accept somebody walking into a bank with a face mask or a helmet in a bank?
I would, yes. I would accept.
With a face mask. With a face mask.
He might have a knife in there.
With a face mask. Oh, look at that! I got a knife in my turban.
You've got weapons in your turban.
I got a knife in my turban.
Ridiculous.
I got a knife in my turban.
Is this how desperate they are?
Knife in my turban.
That's the same argument. Let's make it intellectual. Let's try and make
Knife
it-
in my
let's try and learn
turban.
from it. Let's try to
So
learn
what
from
about what's in your kutcha?
You spoke about comfort.
I bet it's nothing but a little pussy.
No, it's like the ladies.
I bet it's just a little vagina in
These
there.
ladies here were very civilized.
You got a vagina in your kutcha.
Let's try to keep it on this camera.
Sorry, he's talking shit about me.
Let me done the argument.
Sorry.
You said about comfort.
And we also have to bear in mind it was only yesterday. Not a Muslim, I don't think, but a young lad was wearing
Come in.
something at all. And
No,
that's
to be the white knight like you normally do and start talking
the
shit.
pathetic world we're living in.
Come on, defend the burqa now. Defend the burqa. Sorry.
I'm prepared to defend the Burkha if you want me to.
Here, come in.
But you're a white devil. That's
A white devil.
You said that you want to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, your comfort might not necessarily be somebody else's comfort. Somebody could have been attacked by an Asian man, black man, a black woman, an Arab woman, and someone behind them is from that nationality. Now they feel uncomfortable. What should we then do? Do you feel uncomfortable being behind the veil? I might feel uncomfortable.
You're really simplifying things. You're really simplifying things. No, it's not as simple as that.
You know why, Raj?
All right, so let me.
1 minute, Raj. Let me show you a good argument, yeah? And obviously I'm not against it, yeah?
Show us a good argument.
But Sikhs carry knives religiously, yeah? They carry knives.
Yeah.
Some people could say, yeah?
I feel nervous.
Sikhs are carrying knives. Oh, I'm scared. I could be stabbed. But what do? We look at Sikhs and we say, what's the statistics saying? How many Sikhs are attacking people with their knives? If there's not a big statistics, then we go off that.
You're straw manning. No, let's not straw man again, yeah? Because they're deflecting. Let's go back to the topic. Let's go back to this ain't Sharia. I don't need to answer if I don't want it. So this is a deflection, yeah? This is a deflection. And yes, they're allowed to because they've been given the responsibility to. Yeah? And nobody, as I know of, has committed crimes at the moment. So this is a separate issue. This is a separate issue. But I've never argued. Before we go on, I've never argued about it being about violence. I've said it's about social cohesion. So what I'm saying to you, hold on. No Sikh stuck it on me. Where? I'm still here. Where are they? I'm still here. You can't remove me. It doesn't matter who comes down. I'm still here.
Listen, at the end of the day, listen.
Still here.
Not going in circles. You made a valid point. You're picking and choosing your
Hold on. He's straw manning. So let's get back to the main point. In the UK, we know there is a lot of social division. There are communities, especially within the white indigenous population, that feel like they cannot communicate with certain communities, like the Muslim community. And one way this is happening is because when somebody sees somebody with a niqab, they feel they can't approach you. Yeah. Yeah, they feel they can't approach you. So this is why there's so much. Now I want to ask something. Are there tensions between Muslims and other communities? Let's establish that first. Let's establish that first.
1 minute. There's a Sikh guy that used to come to the park and used to debate, and a white man comes up to him and says, "You can't carry a knife." this is the debate the white man has with the Sikh guy, yeah, because he's afraid as a white man that
This
there's
is
Sikhs
no,
around here
I know.
carrying knives.
Now,
Now,
Bajaj
obviously,
Garaj, R.I.P.
when
He was
we-
an amazing guy.
100%.
And do
So-
not compare
so-
me to
yeah,
him though.
No, you can never be.
Because I'm
You
nowhere
can
near,
never.
no, and I know
Not even
that.
his toenail.
I know,
Not even across the
I
toenail.
agree.
Not even across
I
the
agree.
toenail.
I agree.
What I'm saying is,
Big up Bajaj Garaj.
I'm glad you know that.
I know that
That's good,
because I
that's
met
good.
him. He's an
That's
amazing
good.
guy.
100%, a real Sikh.
Yeah, he was a real Sikh. That's
Real
why I love
Sikh.
that guy.
Ambassador of his religion.
Yeah, of course.
Good
Amazing.
representation of the gurus.
And I'm not, so
Doesn't
don't put
disgrace
that on
them.
me.
Doesn't disgrace them.
Because people keep
Doesn't
saying that I
disgrace
represent
the gurus.
Sikhs.
Don't disgrace
I am
the
not a
gurus.
baptized Sikh.
No, but-
I'm not a baptized
One
Sikh.
minute. So what I'm saying is
Yeah.
the same fear that English people can have of Sikhs stabbing people, even though there's no statistics of Sikhs stabbing people. So I'm not against the Sikhs having knives because there's no statistics of it.
You're
It's
straw
the
manning
same
again.
argument that you're coming with the burqa.
Are you lot?
There's
I'm
no
going to
statistics
say
of
something.
women in
If you don't
There's
go
no
back to the
statistics
argument, I'm
of
leaving.
Women in burqas.
If you don't go back to the
No,
argument,
fam,
I'm
you're
leaving.
leaving
Because
because you've been
my
checkmated.
hold up, my
You've been checkmated
argument
on
is
your
not
own
about
chest vote.
violence.
You've been checkmated.
I've never said that.
No.
I said it's about social cohesion.
Yeah,
And social cohesion
You've got a weapon.
is different.
You've got a weapon.
It's different.
You can harm me.
Social cohesion
You've
is
got a
different.
weapon, you can
Now,
harm me.
are we going to go back? Are we going to go back
can
to?
stick up the bank.
Are we going to go
Are you going
back?
to the bank? Do you
Are
put a knife
we
at the door?
going to go
When you
back?
go to the bank, do you
I don't.
leave a knife
I don't.
at the
I don't wear
door?
one.
I'm saying, do they leave the knife at the
No,
door?
they don't.
Okay, so they can stick up.
So
someone.
this is
They
so
can
what
stick
you
up
lot are
someone.
doing here is straw manning
No, what I'm
and you're
showing you is how
deflecting.
stupid your
I
argument
am
is.
trying to say to
I am
you
showing you
the
how
reason why you
stupid
think it's
your argument
stupid is because you're not listening to me.
No.
So let me explain my art now before we go on, because if you start deflecting it and going in this direction, I'm moving. So I have said categorically, it's not about violence, it's about social cohesion. When you cannot see the base, it's about social cohesion.
Okay, Ron.
Yeah?
Lady wants to
All
ask
right.
you a question. Is that okay?
No receipts up to you.
I ain't paying no bullshit, Jizzy, I'm mad.
Let the woman talk. You already just paid it.
First of all,
Never paying that shit. Apologies, I don't apologise.
The lady's speaking. Brother, the lady's
Yeah, the number one showman.
Showman, man.
You're my fan.
Let us just talk.
You're my fan.
Let the
Oh yeah,
talk.
go on. Sorry, go on.
I'll get you back.
First
Go
of all,
on.
the reason why
Badge coming your way,
I
man.
think the reason why Aspect's gone on to the crime thing is because you spoke about the bank and security. And we're going to leave that. Yeah. Now, Muslims are about 6% in this country.
Less than that.
From that 6%, 0.1% are women in the veil. Okay. So therefore, you probably live in a pocket, an area where there's a lot of Muslim women that wear the veil. That's not the whole of
generalisation.
England.
100,
Go
100.
outside London, okay, like when I go to Wales, when I go to Scotland, I stand out like a sore thumb. People actually stop the car and they look. So that's not an issue, yeah? You talk about cohesion. Do you know Muslim women? Can you tell me that you know categorically there are no Muslim women that are veiled that work? I know Muslim women that are doctors. I know Muslim women that are in the NHS that wear the veil. There are teachers that wear the veil. There are no engineers. There are people that work in this country that wear the veil, and they do integrate. What they haven't done, again, like I said to you, is assimilate. And what you want...
I don't want assimilation.
Is you want me to assimilate.
Do I look assimilated?
Yeah, but you're not listening.
Do I look assimilated?
Yes. Internally.
Do I look assimilated?
Internally, yes.
Do I look
You are the
assimilated?
biggest assimilator.
Okay, I've got a friend who's a senior counsellor in NHS.
We need to do another live show because he got a lot of donations.
No, we don't. Listen.
Rajaphobia is hot.
Wait, keep talking. Keep talking.
Rajaphobia is hot.
That's disrespectful.
Sorry. I
It's
apologise.
difficult to see like the body language and
No,
like
no,
facial
let's do this.
expressions and
Body
like
language, my face is in my body. So my body language.
No, but you know what I mean, like facial expressions. So it does.
Do you know what?
Like
I
in
think-
hip
do you know
audio
what? Hold on.
Yeah, I know, but I
think-
mean,
Yeah,
as
I
far as
think- I think, sorry, I'm saying, I think, we all undermine each other's intelligence, yeah, when we speak like that, because
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
very clearly, people can see when I'm upset. They
Yeah,
can
no,
see when
definitely,
when I'm
definitely.
being polite.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
You can tell.
I couldn't. I couldn't. You proved the point. You proved the point. She proved the point. I could not tell you was upset. Did you? She said she's upset, but I didn't know.
Well, why do I need to know if she's Why do I need to know?
But can you not see how we cannot gear our conversations because we don't know what she's thinking?
Like Raven is flawed because his friend has already said that she doesn't have the same issues. He doesn't have the same issues that Raj has. So these are subjective issues.
Yeah. It doesn't prevent us.
That
from
proved my
talking,
point.
But it does just kind of put some.
She had to
it
tell
makes
us
it a
that she was
little more
upset and I didn't know.
Like the facial expressions. They play a big
I'm
part.
aware of that.
I think that's
Yeah,
where
I'm
he's coming
aware
from.
of
Yeah, but she said she was upset and I didn't know.
Hold on, but people you do.
And she didn't know, and a lot of people did. Did you know she was upset?
No, not now. I'm not upset now. Yeah, when you were shouting.
Yeah, earlier. But I couldn't tell. So it proved my point.
Raj, you need to
God, man. Oh my God. We're not under Sharia. I can say what I want,
You don't need
man.
to be under Sharia to go back to
Yo, can you both just
Whenever we do name calling, when we go somewhere else.
Oh no, yeah,
the
sorry.
lady's shown,
Yeah, sorry, apologise.
discipline,
Yeah, sorry.
dedication. Can we respect
Yeah, sorry.
I am giving out a picture of who I want to be. Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm
And
giving
you have a right to
yeah,
that.
and I'm
That's
giving
free
out,
expression.
I'm giving out a story.
Well, sorry, because you're dropping so much wisdom, rather than saying, can you speak a bit louder? If you can't, that's fine.
So I'm giving
Maybe
out.
you can run it, but be quiet so we can. Yeah.
I'm giving out a story. What my story is saying to you is, yeah, I'm a Muslim woman, number one, you can see. Yeah? Number two, I do not want to be sexually.
It's about the Burkha. Come
I do
on,
not
say your
want to be
piece.
sexually-
Come on.
You know you want it.
Come on. Sorry, this is about me.
What about me? It's never
Sorry, I never worn a bag. Oh, that looks a bit weird. I just go jump in.
You just bend over and stand.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, he was like wrinkles.
Go, jump in.
Unfortunately, a lot of people, when they see
Sorry, bro,
me,
can we just
it comes out
squeeze
in
over?
aggression,
Go on.
yeah? I've
So
been
can we widen the circle a little bit so we can sort of get more people in?
Come on.
We have a G circle.
Go, G circle.
I saw it. A
Jew circle earlier.
A Jew circle.
Yeah,
they were dancing.
Is it juicy?
Have all received criminal records and suspended sentences. So I know it is to live in the Vale, yeah? And I know that people like Raj and his crew, when they go around ridiculing
Oh, is he my
Muslim
crew?
women, he doesn't know the girls who I've seen for high, yeah? And when they give out their rhetoric,
But they agree with, they say that I'm a hate preacher, but they agree with Sharia
they
and the
then
death
hear
penalty for
that
people like
and they think
Sophia.
it's okay to attack
Hey, who's a
me.
hate preacher?
Yeah, but we have to say we all think it's
Unbelievable.
wrong though. Like violence is
Crazy
wrong.
into
period.
Crazy.
So by people saying that I don't want to assimilate, yeah,
And they try
saying that
to-
I want to marginalise myself from the British society.
Come on,
then it
come on,
causes
because we need a white
hatred.
person.
They
I'm
start
trying to
hate
listen.
me.
And look at
They
it.
think, you know, you're in our country. We're giving you the rights to be in our country. Although I was born here, why do you want to not be the same as us? Why do you want to dress this way? And therefore, I'm going to kick you, punch you, try and drag your veil off you. Yeah. So this is why I get upset with people like
We
Raj.
don't agree with that. We condemn that.
Punch to pull them
We
on
condemn
face
that.
level.
Those people are savages. Those people are. Don't put my name in the same. You shouldn't put my name in the same sentence as that.
They've sent out this narrative.
Look at this guy with the vagina.
It's the same narrative. Abused woman, subjugated woman.
Look in your kutcha for once. You might find a little bit of a bit of a tampon in there.
Who hasn't got any confidence, who can't stick up for herself, who, you know, I'm not even married.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, your husband made you. I started wearing the veil when I was 17 on my own.
So they were trying to, they were trying to conflate being a transgender to wearing a veil. They said if I support Sophia, I'm going to support the veil. Well, ask her, because that's the argument. And they're making me like I'm a crazy person. I'm talking about social cohesion, and it's nothing about violence. It's about social cohesion. How do people interact with each other? And it's not even an Islamic thing that is 100% agreed with everyone. It's causing problems that are.
Some people so much you can be there. I'll probably
saying that you wasn't allowed to carry a knife out in public. Would you obey that law?
If that's the law, we'd have to.
The reason why I'm here
What
is
do you want me to
speak up
do?
for women of the veil.
Yeah.
To say that at the end of the day,
I'm
we
like
are here,
90%
we're here
sure
to
that
stay,
people will
we have
open
a
a law
voice,
to,
and we will wear the veil, and we will stay in this country, because it's our country. I pay my taxes, my parents have paid their taxes, I've got children here, my daughter here, she's a medical student, I've got another daughter, she's an engineer student. Now my daughters don't wear the veil, that's because they've chosen not to wear it, yeah? And I respect their right, and I just ask for the British public to respect my right, and not to abuse me, or to put me
But you're
in the box.
conflating the
I
two
don't
issues.
like
No
it.
one agrees. No one agrees with people abusing you.
Yeah,
It's
but
sick.
you're saying what you're
They're
saying.
evil.
People
No, but you're
are
saying that
abusing
we cannot talk about it then.
No, you can't talk
What
about
you're
it.
trying to say is that
What
we
I'm saying
cannot
is you shouldn't
communicate.
push it to be
We
banned.
cannot talk about it.
You shouldn't push it to be
Otherwise, what
banned.
will happen? We're called hate preachers and Islamophobes, and we're causing hatred towards you.
How is
We-
talking about
How
it
can we not talk about it?
They should be banned as hate.
Yeah, but
How is that hate?
Because you're hating something that somebody else.
Something.
I don't hate
Something,
the niqab.
not someone.
This is me. This is who I am.
No, it's not
This is
you.
my
It's a
identity.
article of
This is my
clothing.
identity.
It's not
This is
you.
my
Shall we?
identity.
There's no more you than this
This is
coat
my
is me.
identity.
Shall we make
This
a
coat
noise?
is not
Like
me.
somebody tomorrow can say they are a man, that's their identity. This is my identity. Sorry, what did you say?
Shall we?
That's adopted. That is not
You've
you.
adopted it, haven't you?
Oh, don't get yourself in trouble, man.
What you
Yeah, I know you're Muslim. Don't get yourself in trouble.
Muslim, yeah?
Oh,
And
no.
that, what you're doing is that you are saying, yeah, this empowers us.
How do you know
but
who
that's
she is?
invented by the male.
No, it wasn't. This
It
was.
was.
no.
So you're
Where
going to
does
tell
it
me
say in
why
the
I wear
Quran
it?
to like wear
It
that?
says do not display your beauty and it's up to
Yes, where does it
interpretation.
say to?
So are you saying that men are savages then?
Men are savage.
Are we savage that we can't look at a woman without going crazy?
I wear it.
Are we savages?
Who gets to see my face?
Are we savages, Steve, that we can't look at a woman without going crazy?
No, we're trying to impose. We're trying to impose what she wants.
They decided for you.
You're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble for that. You do know what you're saying, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I said
Ah,
that.
well done. I'll give you a thingy, man. I like this.
Her environment dictated that she should be wearing that. She herself didn't. Yeah, that's a pressure. That's social pressure. Those around you.
Social pressure, he said. Are you deaf?
Social pressure.
He said social pressure. Well, only husbands give social pressure.
No,
It is, yes.
None of us are telling her to wear it. None of us are telling her to wear
You
it.
don't understand the word social pressure. Social pressure.
Let's get some structure.
It's not.
I guess get to one conversation now, so it's getting a bit silly.
It should be banned.
My issue here
It should be banned. It should be banned. Yes, I agree with that.
But yet take away my choice.
Very brave guy, very brave
I
guy.
was here, and it should be banned.
Come in. Oh my God. Brave guy, man. Not gonna lie. Yeah. I'm gonna give you some credit, man. I've been berating for the last year, but
By removing that makes it easier for you.
You can't listen.
see,
can you?
she proved up point just 10 minutes ago. She said I was upset, but no one could tell she was upset. So it's on camera, and they're like, then we prove a point. You can't tell. I couldn't tell she was upset. She had to tell us. I'm upset. See, did you hear that? That strange men approaching her.
Strange
But you're making
men.
it as if men are
Strange
savages.
men. Strange.
But you're
in what
making us
way?
like we're savages.
Well, you're standing in a circle of them now.
You're acting
Why'd
like
you
we're
choose it on a
savages.
Sunday in the dark.
Your social environment. You are saying yeah. You are saying yeah.